The CEO of SADA, in an interview with JoyNews, disclosed that the outbreak of armyworm infestation is a national issue, and if caution is not taken, could cause food shortage in the country.
It's spreading in the north. It's not good in Brong-Ahafo region. The Ministry of Agriculture is doing the best they can, but there is a need for a lot more urgency by every player. You see, the Ministry of Information should be on top now, helping the Ministry of Agriculture, providing education on the ground. They should be mobilizing the media. Every day you should be showing people how to deal with the armyworm infestation. This is new for Africa. It came from the United States. This particular armyworm is different from the ones that we have known. So we are dealing with a new situation. So there is obviously a trial and error. So we have to do experimentation. So it cannot be surprised that some of the chemicals we think they will work well. Secondly, to kill them, there's a particular way of spraying them because they are very resilient. You have to spray them in between the leaves, and you have to spray them several times over. So it is also possible that people take the chemicals, the level of education given to them is not sufficient, and they are not spraying them properly. That is why this has to bring in every media house, because you see, the armyworm is not only maize, it also attacks millet, it attacks granules, it attacks cassava, eventually attacks all of our food. If we don't control it, it's going to be very hard to keep food sufficient to feed ourselves going forward. So it's a national issue over and above the responsibility of the Ministry of Agric alone. We must all have our hands on the till.
A researcher at the Crops Research Institute is urging government to encourage entrepreneurs into food processing to enhance food security. Professor Joseph Lamte says value addition will also sustain the Planting for Food and Jobs initiative by reducing post-harvest losses. He was speaking at an international root and tuber entrepreneurship development seminar in Kumasi.
The devastation of farms by the fall armyworm invasion has generated fear of food insecurity. It comes as government rolls out one of its flagship programs for addressing food security and job creation issues.
Our own destiny.
Professor Frimpong Boateng says government will support work on eradication of the worms as well as other research initiatives.
That is why they're planting our flagship program, Planting for Food and Jobs. Is very important to us, and then one district, one factory is very important to us. And with my colleague from agriculture, we are going to put our heads together and make sure that this program runs very well. We have some challenges this year, so for example, with the fall armyworm, but I know that we can solve this problem. The CSI, our Crops Research Institute, has medium-term and long-term plans using science, genetic engineering to produce something that will be able to fight the fall armyworm, not this year, but in the years to come. So we have to start. And here I'm happy that the Minister for Agriculture has promised to help us. Even with the seed development, this year we imported a lot of seeds. But I know that in the years to come, we'll be importing less and less, so that by 4 years' time, we'll be able to produce all the seeds that we need for our planting in Ghana. This is extremely important to us. And for the research community, let me again re-echo the words of our president. He's saying that if we put the right structures in place, he's going to devote 1% of GDP towards research and development for all of us in the universities, research institutions, even the private sector.
Professor Frimpong Boateng is also urging industrialists to invest in science and agricultural innovation. He says it is the way to go in addressing Ghana's production challenges, adding that the country must utilize work of research institutions.
The question is linking research to industrialization. And I want to appeal to industrialists, people who have some money, or business people, to come here, or we will come to you if you invite us. And there are various crops ranging from yam to rice, soybean, sweet. If you want to prepare baked beans, for your hotels, just tell us. We'll come to you, explain the process to you, and how to get you from research to industrialization.
The Council for Scientific and Industrial Research's Open Day showcases Crop Research Institute's innovations. Areas of focus include development of new crop varieties and products from such crops. Apimenimhene Ano 2-Force representative Nana Fobi Kroppa III is urging the unemployed youth to take advantage of the institute's innovation.
There are a lot of things here that will help the youth in terms of job creation or creating jobs for themselves, if they will only take some time to come and find out what is going on over here.
Reporting for JoyNews, Kwesi Deborah.
Okay, away from food and all of the sadness.